Hello folks, welcome back to another video. Today's date is August 1st, 2026, and as you can see, I am at the Park Road Railroad Crossing here in Westerville, alongside the Sandusky District and Columbus Line subdivisions. Here today to spend some time with some friends and hopefully catch some special trains that popped up on my radar earlier this morning, so let's see how the day goes. The action on the Sandusky District would start relatively quickly and pretty much remain consistent throughout the rest of the day, starting off with northbound empty ethanol train 65D, or 6D5, which runs on an as-needed journey out of Selma, North Carolina, back to various interchanges in Chicago, Illinois, with a couple yellow turds from the Union Pacific pulling it today. Following behind the 65D was a northbound mixed freight train, specifically NS-170, which runs on a daily basis out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, for Conway, Pennsylvania with mixed freight commerce and trash cars from the Ohio Central. After the sun finally came out, the constellation prize that most were looking for on this day, including me and my group of friends, would come northbound on NS Mixed Freight Train 19M. Bringing the mixed freight commerce on its daily journey between Crewe, Virginia and Bellevue, Ohio, was Norfolk Southern SD70 Ace 250, specially painted to commemorate America's 250th anniversary, and has been dubbed the Freedom, with a screaming eagle on the side. After the Screamin' Eagle would make its way through Westerville, traffic would die down quite a bit, which just barely allowed me enough time to go get a bite to eat, as I would end up missing a northbound intermodal train as I was returning. What I initially thought was a very late NS-28N, the first train that I would see upon returning to Park Road was southbound Intermodal 270, which runs on a daily basis out of Landers Yard in Chicago, Illinois, for Rickenbacker Yard in Columbus, Ohio, with both domestic and international shippers. A traffic jam started to build up on the Sandusky district, which was unfortunately delaying the other Constellation prize that popped up on our radar. However, during this time, a southbound grain train would make its way through Westerville next. Unfortunately, though, I wasn't able to get the symbol of this train, but I have reason to believe it's NS40N. With a couple random hoppers in this train coming from the Norfolk and Western and Kansas City Southern, I would quickly realize that this Mystery 40N was actually a combined grain train, as another section was behind it, as evident by the mid-train DPUs, which also included another yellow turd from the Union Pacific. The traffic jam was starting to build up again when another northbound would appear on NS's Sandusky District, and surprise, surprise, it was another grain train, specifically NS 41N, which runs on an as-needed journey out of Norfolk, Virginia, back to the grain elevators in Fostoria, Ohio. I guess Norfolk Southern had a weird fixation for grain trains today, as here's another one heading northbound up the Sandusky District behind the 41N. However, I wasn't able to get the symbol for this one specifically. This mystery grain train would end up stopping just past the Park Road Railroad crossing to allow some southbound traffic to get through. Finally, the second Constellation prize that we were waiting on would finally make its way through Westerville just before 8 o'clock on southbound mixed freight train 18W. In charge of the daily journey between Bellevue, Ohio and Winston-Salem, North Carolina was a nice mixture of foreign power from the Western Class I railroads, which included a Union Pacific leader, and a BNSF Fakebonnet trailing second. This Fakebonnet in particular still carrying Santa Fe lettering on the cigar band logo on the front. As you may have been able to hear over 18W's horn, on the approach around the same time as 18W was northbound intermodal train 271. Since there was still a little bit of a traffic jam as the mystery grain train from earlier was still seen just north of the crossing, 271 was forced to stop just before the crossing, which allowed me to get some nice detailed pictures of the two AC-44C6Ms in charge of 271 today. While these two AC-44C6Ms are not too much to look at, the leading 4861 was formerly a BNSF-9 before getting rebuilt, and the trailing 4162 got some touch-up with its paint job around 2019 following repairs. 271 wouldn't stay stopped right in front of us very long, as the mysterious grain train ahead of them was getting back on the move again, and when they were far enough ahead, they were allowed to get back on the move again to continue their daily journey between Rickenbacker Yard in Columbus, Ohio, for Landers Yard in Chicago, Illinois. Alrighty folks, that pretty much wraps up another video. As you can see, it was pretty busy alongside the Columbus Line subdivision in Sandusky District today, despite every single train that we saw today was on the Sandusky district. If you enjoyed my video, consider checking out some other ones of mine. Leave a like or a comment down below to share your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new, and tap the notifications bell if you want to be notified when a new video gets posted on the channel just like this. Until next time, this is All Ohio Rail Fan, signing off.